Hello everyone, welcome to my show. I'm the Empath, and welcome to my vlog. I'm currently driving, so I'm not going to be looking at you, but legally I can operate a mobile device as long as my focus is on the road and everything, which it is, so I'm not going to be making eye contact. But I do have one hand on the wheel at all times, so if I have to jerk my hand away for whatever reason, then it's because I'm operating a motor vehicle, but no need to worry, because I am focused more on driving than I am on the vlog. So, but at the same time, I'm sorry for that. I just didn't allow myself time to do stuff. I realized that I didn't do yesterday's, I don't know if it was just yesterday's or if it was the day before, but I realized that I have missed out on doing at least one Bible Babble. So I'll look back and then I'll figure out what all I have left to get caught up on. Oh, I'm blocking a turning lane. That's not okay. But I'm not anymore, so I don't feel bad. And the person behind me is gonna just block it anyway. Whatever. Anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna be getting caught up on those, and I just watched the mobile uploads, and I'm so sorry for them being all trippy weird. I don't know what that is, what setting thing that is. I don't know, maybe I can ask Max and he can figure it out, because he had this thing before I did, but I play it on the mobile device and it's fine. I play it through YouTube and it's just weird, and it probably has something to do with the capture. Maybe that's something they need to update or something, like a bug, but I don't know why it's doing that. Because it's not like it was wobbling all over the place while I was doing stuff, and even so, that's not how it was. It was like the edges of it, because it didn't fit the total width of what YouTube shows, and it was like wobbling inside of it, and I'm like, what? So I'm sorry if that's been messing with you guys. I only recently got use of a laptop in order to check that sort of stuff out, and because it doesn't quite show on the mobile. And my memory is what I forget with. I don't remember if I said this earlier, but I'm doing it so that instead of a landscape recording, it's more vertical. I guess you could say it's portrait then. So if it looks weird for this, aside from what it's been doing, I'm sorry. This is more convenient for the fact that, well, I'm driving, because I'm on my way to work. So yeah, but I perfectly intend to do to this evening, even if I'm dead tired, because I kind of was tired last night, but even if I'm dead tired tonight, I'm going to get in a few sessions of Bible Babble, depending upon how determined I get and how awake I get from doing all that. I don't know. We're getting a decent ways along. I know for a fact that Genesis only has 50 chapters, so I could potentially just do enough videos to finish out Genesis. And then we would start into, I believe, Exodus is the next one. Yeah, because, anyway, so yeah, I will do a few videos and maybe or maybe not finish out Genesis this evening. Oh, and I found out, I feel so stupid for not thinking of this sooner, but I finally realized that I could just take it so that my phone doesn't lock after like a couple minutes, and by doing that, by making it so that it doesn't lock unless I tell it to, or unless it runs out of battery, I can make it so that I don't have to baby the blasted device in order for it to upload a video. Because I kept having to baby it, otherwise it wouldn't upload. That's why some of the uploads went later than I wanted them to, because I thought I could go while I'm asleep, but then it pauses because it locks, and then it doesn't get uploaded. But now I don't have to worry about that. I just have to worry about battery requirements. So yeah. On the on a different topic, now that I've covered things more YouTube and mobile device related, wanted to, I've been liking coming up with things to actually talk about. Things like, being yourself and being patient and things that are good, advice sort of things, self-help or whatever. I like it. It's me. It's who I am. I mean, my username is the empath, so showing that, I kind of have an understanding of some of these things and, showing ways that, I get it and here's how to deal with some of your struggles. That's just me. That is who I am, as my channel name would suggest. So, to continue on with that, because, I realized a while ago I'd said that I would, probably reduce how much of the vlogs I'd be doing, but that's only because I didn't really have a whole lot of content. I didn't have anything to talk about. And now I'm finding that I have something to talk about. And that was the point of doing the vlogs in the first place. That was actually one of the initial reasons that I started doing YouTube was I had a lot of things going on in my head and I wanted to voice them because I didn't feel like I had so much of a voice to say the things that I wanted to say, express how I felt and what I thought. So initially I had a blog and it was called Brain Space because, my head was so cluttered with all these things that were taking up my mental capacities. And then I did I learned about, YouTubers and how the more I learned about YouTube and all the things like that, it started to occur to me that I could do vlogs and then that'd be a way for me to accomplish what I had been trying to do with the blog. With the blog, I ran into an issue where I wanted to do it regularly, I wanted to do it daily, but I didn't always have content and I wouldn't post it. Some of the same frustrations that I ran into when I started doing YouTube. But the thing is, I've gotten to the point with YouTube that I realize I'm not going to be able to, always do that, especially with my current conditions. If YouTube was my only requirement, that'd be one thing. But I have other things that take up my time. And also I don't have the best software to do stuff. So, but, I will try to be better. I'll always keep trying to work on that. I just understand that I'm not perfect. I hope you guys understand that too and will be forgiving. So that's, aside from, I watched YouTubers and I loved watching them game and I saw how fun it was. I heard that, it can be lucrative, so there'd be that. I need to comb my hair, I forgot to do that earlier. Like so many other people, I don't always feel like I have a voice. And YouTube offers me that ability. I did a vlog about zombies, for Pete's sake, because I like talking about that sort of thing. And advice on relationships, and this and that. Just, it helps me say things that are on my mind. And, on that note, I have, there's another thing that kind of coming up during conversations with my folks this morning, and I thought about it and I figured it was worth sharing. One of the things that we were talking about, our church, Next Level Church, is going to be doing baptisms this Sunday, and my mom has been a part of Next Level's baptisms for the whole time that Next Level has been up and running and has been doing baptisms. I'm going to make a lane change here. Alright? Because the person in front of me is going slow. Curious. Anyway, maybe they're turning. Maybe that's what it is. No, it doesn't look like they are. Whatever. Anyway, so we were talking about baptism. And when I say she's been helping out with that, I just mean like she hands people towels, helps dry them off, and just helping. If it needs to be done, she'll do it. And one of the things that she was talking about with that, the reason why she loves it so much, is because for Christians, it is supposed to be, it is an outward sign of inward change. It is a public declaration that we have accepted Jesus Christ as our Lord and Savior, and we accept Him into our hearts and into our lives. That's part of what baptism is. Wash away our old selves who died to sin and are born in God's grace. I realize that to anyone who's, you're not a Christian, you're atheist, Muslim, Jewish, Hindu, or whatever, that doesn't mean much to you. Or if you're new to the Christian thing, then it just is awkward, and it's like, oh my God, you're such a Christian. Oh. But it's not like that. That's just how we believe things. Now, I'm not going to go on a whole tirade about how the world is full of sinners. I mean, it is, but the thing about it is a lot of churches, they say, you're a dirty, rotten sinner. The thing that I say, the two churches that I've accepted say this, and I believe it firmly, so I say it too. You're a dirty, rotten sinner, and so am I. We all sin. Everybody does it. If you have done something and gotten in trouble for it, you have sinned. That's how it works. Now, that doesn't mean that people got pissed off at you and such, blah, blah, blah. Because you could get in trouble for, taking people's, you know what I mean. Sin is just doing something that you shouldn't be doing. If it's something that, you feel like you should be doing it, but, society says no, that's a different story, because sometimes society, as we know, does stupid stuff, and it's just like, why? Why would you do that? That's just mean. So, but I'm not going to go, I'm going to back off of that. So, yeah, we have things that we believe, and it's just, that's how we view things. I realize, to some people it makes them a little bit squeamish and skittish, because it's not usual per se. Well, that's just how it is. How we perceive things. I don't want to force my faith on you. So, baptism is supposed to be a rebirth for the Christians, for the Christian faith. And the thing about that, my mom was talking about it, was that the figures, the probabilities when it comes to birth is astronomical, because of all of there are over 7 billion men and women in the world. So the fact that the two people who came together to make you did, that alone has a very particular statistical probability that is very low. There are billions of people in the world. The fact that two people came together to make you, those two specific people, is a fairly astronomical figure. But even more than that, there, and this is going to get a little bit more medically technical and stuff, and it might be a little, I don't know, risque, or I'm probably using the word wrong. But basically, it's talking about inner body stuff. So if you're not wanting me to talk about things like that, then just kind of mute it for a bit, or whatever. Here, I'll snap, and then if you see me snap again, then I'm done talking about that bit. So, thing is that not only is that figure astronomical, but the fact that in males there are countless sperm cells. And if you think about it, that's countless individuals who could have been born. And the fact that, in many ways, sperm are almost like parasites, because they go and they, one of them manages to wiggle its way into an egg, into a, what's it called? I just forgot the name of it. Ovary? Yes. But yeah, it basically goes into an egg and then festers and feeds off of the mother, which is basically its host, and then, it's born. And even after that, it's a parasite, some into their very late, 20s, 30s, some 40s. But yeah, so if it's technically a parasite, then wouldn't that mean, to some degree, that part of the reason why, it isn't terribly easy for someone to get pregnant, like just sex, bam, you're pregnant, is because maybe some people have what could be considered a higher immunity, as it were. Maybe that's why some people can't have kids, is because it's kind of an immunity to kids. Like it's a parasite, like it's a virus. And so you have the chances that the two people who are your birth mother and birth father came together, and out of all of the possible sperm cells that your father, that could have succeeded from your father, it was that particular one that succeeded in working past all of your birth mother's defenses, body's defenses at least, to fertilize the egg and become you. Not to mention any other possible crap that could have gone on in the process. Like if you were, if they were wearing protection, or if they had birth control or whatever. So the fact that all of those things, those are such astronomical figures, and I should know because I took a statistics class, those are such phenomenal, astronomical figures, that the fact that you exist is amazing. It is beautiful. It is gorgeous. If you watch Doctor Who at all, or if you don't, watch Doctor Who. Listen to how, like, David Tennant or Matt Smith, as their doctors, talk about the human race, or how you'll sometimes hear Christopher Eccleston talk about the human race. I don't know so much about the other doctors, and Capaldi, he is not currently the best example of what I'm talking about, but David Tennant or Matt Smith, listen to how they talk about the human race, how it's beautiful, or about so many other things, like, alien life, how they describe it as beautiful and gorgeous and amazing. One of the latest Doctor Who's that they put out was the one where they discovered, this, like, alien being, spoiler, so if you don't, then they discovered an alien being inside of the moon, and he's describing it as gorgeous and precious and glorious. So, just like that, it's that is you. You're being born. That's you. You are gorgeous. You are precious. You are amazing. You are fantastic. And that gets me to a similar topic. I have heard, and I'm pretty sure I've said at some point or other, a number of people have. There are plenty of people who, sometime in their lifetime, say something along the lines of, I didn't choose to be born. Or when did I choose to be born? There's some people who they're upset with how their life is going. And they start to think about it and they feel like life was forced upon them. That if they could have gone back, they would have stopped themselves from being born. Because it wasn't their choice. That's just the thing. Out of all of those astronomical things, it was your choice. If for nothing else, your spirit. I have to believe that to some degree, your spirit, the essence of who you were meant to be, regardless of who you became, regardless of anything else. Because I believe that some people become exactly who they intended to be, and some people never do. Some people become the opposite of everything they intended to be. But I believe that who you really are, who you were meant to be, I believe that influenced it. I believe that helped bring together the people who would be your parents. I believe that all the stuff that I talked about where those of you who are squeamish, I asked you to mute it for your own sakes. I believe that you had a hand in all of that. You helped push everything along to as it needed to go. You pushed past the defenses of everything that could have stopped you from being, because you wanted that badly to exist. You wanted to be you from the very beginning. And the world, it doesn't always accept us. Give me a moment. It's raining a little bit, need to do a windshield. The world doesn't always accept us. And that doesn't mean that we aren't good enough. It sometimes just means that the world is that wicked. Because we live in a fallen and broken world. And there's a bit from the Labyrinth where Hoggle is leading, I don't remember the girl's name. Yeah, I can't remember it. But Hoggle is leading the girl through underground stuff to try to take her through the maze and such, through the labyrinth. And they encounter these pillars with faces, and they're saying, warnings, and telling them to turn back, and it's dangerous. And Hoggle says one of the movie's most profound lines. Those are false alarms. They're always heckling you and telling you to, I'm paraphrasing of course, they're always heckling you and telling you to go back, especially when you're going the right way. And sometimes that's the way life is. I don't so much believe in the devil anymore. I believe in Lucifer, the angel of tests, as it were, is how I view him. He is here to test us, and he does want us to fail. He wants to prove to God that we are not good enough. That we are fallen and broken, and we are not good enough for how he treats us. Because personally, I believe that his biggest crime was loving God too much. Loving God so much that, well, depending upon your definition of it, of course. Loving God so much that he couldn't see past it to except his love for the humans, for us. So, I realize I'm being serious, so brief pause. Wacky Wally's Inflatable Arm Flailing 2-Man! Wacky Wally's Inflatable Arm Flailing 2-Man! Sorry, I just had to. I saw it. I hope you saw it. I don't know. I just tried to do it. Anyway. So, I believe that Lucifer tests us. He wants us to fail, but it's not some big, I am Satan, I am evil, I am the Lord of Darkness. No. It's that he doesn't believe we are good enough for God. And that's why he has a big problem with us. Yeah, this is the weird way. Yeah. So that's what his thing is to me, and so kind of forgot what track I was going on. But anyway, so we are. Dang it! I just forgot the track I was on because I started talking about Lucifer. Stuff like that. I'll backtrack a bit. So I believe that we chose to come back. Or sorry, I believe in a resurrection thing. I'll get to that some other time if I haven't already. I believe that we helped to exist, to be, because we wanted to. We wanted a chance to come into this world and to be. That's it. That's it. Whoever you were when you were trying to influence things so that you could exist, you wanted to be that in this life. Or maybe even be better. So I think we all chose. I think, asking, when did I ask to be born? The thing is you did ask. I didn't choose to be born, you did. You chose. Well, if I could go back, then I would stop myself from being born. No. You wouldn't, because what would you do? If you stopped yourself from being born, then given enough time to think about it, you would think you'd want another shot at it. You'd want to give it another go, give it another chance. You're certain you could do it that time. All you'd have to do is just fight past everything that's against you. Fight past everyone who's stopping you. Oh yeah, now I remember where I was going. It was about, right and wrong and whatever. Anyway, I'm going to continue as I was going. Whether I remember what I forgot or not. You would want to exist. You would want to try. And you would want to be everything that you hoped that you would be by existing. Because you already made that choice. And if you stopped yourself from existing because it's too difficult, it's too hard, you'd get to a point where you'd think, I want another shot at that. So let me try again. It's kind of like a gamer. Even if you come across a difficult game, you come across a really hard part, any gamer worth his snuff, you'll come back to it. You might need to take a break. every now and then. But just because you take a break doesn't mean that you're not determined. You still want to beat it. You still want to win. You just need to take a step back. So find a way to take a step back. If you're not a gamer, maybe play some video games. Get lost in another world. Or read a book. Or watch TV. Hang out with friends. Find some way to give yourself a little bit of peace. Or a new perspective. So you can go back and you can attack that problem. Just in a different way. I guarantee you that you can be you. You can be everything that you are intended to be. You just gotta give yourself the chance. I guarantee you there's probably something or other about yourself that you're fighting. Maybe it's a belief. Maybe it's a way you behave. Maybe you're in the closet. Maybe you act a certain way around your friends and around anyone who sees you, but in private, you're a much different person. Maybe in public you're a good person and in private you're a bad person. You're behind everybody's back, but in reality there's something behind that. Because some people have the them that they see and the them that they see. Some people have the personality that everyone else sees and the personality that they themselves sees. And then there are some people who they have the personality that nobody can really see because it's hidden even to them. Or maybe some people see it even if that person doesn't. Maybe if you're one of those people who you're good on the outside but not so good on the inside, maybe some people see the good on the outside and say, that's what's really there. You just can't see it yourself. And I have to believe that. I have to believe that everything that we have going on that's bad about us can be traced back to something. A need that we didn't have met. A desire that we didn't have fulfilled. Some little thing that there probably is a very simple solution and it could fix everything. Some people, an apology from someone who abused them when they were younger. Maybe that is all they need. Maybe somebody needs just a person that will care about them. Genuinely care about them. Not an idea of them. Not who they want that person to be. But who they really are. So just don't say that you didn't choose to be alive, that you don't want to be alive. Because you did. You do. You really do. That's too down in the dumps to see it. So live. Be who you are. Be who you were meant to be. Because I guarantee you that if you're feeling this way, it's because you were meant for so much more. You were meant for so much more. Life you're living, if that's how you feel. I can find some way to help you achieve that, I will. Alright. Well, I think for now at least I've said my piece on that matter. So, thanks for watching. Like and favorite if you enjoyed, and subscribe to become a VIP today. I'll see you all next time. I'd salute, but I can't right now. So, have a great day. Hey, so I just got off of work, and that's a little bit why I look kind of disheveled. Thing is that it's like 2:30 in the morning, and I just remember that I have church in the morning. I hadn't been exactly thinking about that when I was thinking over when I was talking over stuff earlier in the vlog, and that was about 12 hours ago. So I will try to, in the time that I have between church and when I have to leave for work, technically later today, I will try to get the Bible Babble up, but yeah, it would not be a good idea for my health for me to stay up and try to knock out a bunch of those videos. I'd probably fall asleep mid-recording. So, I will get them up, but yeah, just wanted to, I need to not make promises like that. Not unless oh, sorry. Alright. Well, depending on where you are, good night, or good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Alright. Have a great day.